So we have Ramkumar and Rishikhant with us, and today we are going to discuss about visual effects and animation education in Canada. So welcome Ram and Rishi to Madlookz VFX podcast. How are you doing?
Okay, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, fine, son. So how is it going in Vancouver?
Yeah, it's getting a much sunshine since yesterday. No snow till date. It's good.
What about there in Toronto, Rishi?
The here too, it's the same. Right now, the cases are increasing exponentially, like more than 3,500 cases per day.
Mhm.
And what I heard was like hospitals are almost full. Yeah. So right now there is a lot of restrictions and lockdown here, and almost all places are closed. Only the grocery shop and other essential things are
Yeah.
open. Okay.
So let's start the podcast. My first question is like asking you guys to give a casual intro about yourself.
Okay.
Who's going first?
Ram start.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you, Rishi. So my name is, of course, it's Ramkumar. So I came here in 2016 to pursue my VFX compositing. I did my VFX compositing in Vancouver Film School, and then due to some reasons, I have to extend my studies in Vancouver Community College. So I've completed it last year, and I worked in MPC for the movie Sonic the Hedgehog and Cats. After that, like this 2020 disaster happened, and now I'm in 2021 successfully alive, and then looking forward to bang this year.
So Rishi.
I came here at end of 2018, and I studied at Humber College and then at Seneca. And I'll tell you later why I studied in two different colleges.
Mhm.
And then even while doing my course, I got the opportunity to work as an intern in Pixelmondo.
Mhm.
And I worked there for around 3 weeks, and then the government announced lockdown. Yeah, that's what had happened.
Yeah, but so speaking about education, you guys came here and studied here, right? So
Yes.
what's the course you took here, and which institute was that?
So
Okay,
Rishi can go ahead, please.
okay. Now I will tell you why I took two different colleges. The reason is I wanted to get a work permit over here, and in order to get work permit, you have to have at least 16 months of study.
Oh,
And since most of the colleges here in Canada, they offer only 1 year course, and it won't be like possible for me to get work permit if I study in one particular college. So I decided to study in two colleges so that I can have 2 years of study. And at first I studied at Humber College, and name of the course is 3D modeling and VFX production, and it's more towards 3D. It's not into compositing or other departments. It's more towards 3D, and they taught us like Maya and other 3D based courses. And then I did a VFX course in Seneca. Seneca is more towards comp and FX. And recently, like from this year onwards, they introduced even Unreal into the curriculum.
nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So in Seneca, like I learned what else? Maya, Houdini, Nuke. Then we also learned Mari
Nice.
and Substance Designer, Substance Painter, and then 3D Equalizer. Whereas in Humber, it's like we studied ZBrush and other kind of modeling things.
Cool. So what about you, Ram?
So yeah, as I told you, I came in 2016 for VFS, and in first 2 terms you will be learning everything, because many people are unaware that what they're gonna do for in future. Like they don't know. They just come here because there are some courses like foundation course to make you clear which field you want to go, because modeling is separate field. So modeling doesn't have any connection with compositing. So modeling texturing is fine, both are almost same. Or like rigging or whatever, like it's if you want a sculpturing, and if you want a texture artist or animator or FX or compositor. So first two terms will give you an idea what is what. So they teach you everything. Like we have to, even though if you are like worst at animation, I'm worst at animation because I don't like animating. Maybe it depends. So even though you like or not, you have to be in the course field. Like so that I know before I coming here itself, I know that I want to be a compositor. So that was my goal. Just VFX, do some cool stuffs. When you sit in animation, even though it's boring, but no other go, you have to go with the rest of your classmates. And the two terms, from the third term, they may give you some decision whether you want to choose which one do you like the most, and you have to choose. From that, they separate classes. So if you have a compositing class, only your compositor friends will be your classmates will be there with you, and if you have a modeling class, your modeling class friends is there with you. But it doesn't mean that you cannot go to modeling classes unless or until you don't have a class that time. See, my classes will be starting at 2 to 6 p.m. My modeling class will be from 9 to 1 p.m. If I don't have any compositing class at 9 to 1, I can directly go to modeling class or whatever class it is. I can sit there and learn the additional stuffs if you want to learn. If you are really keen in learning something, yes, you can. Unless you are not having another, you're clashing with your classes. So from fourth term, term 4, they totally have 6 terms in 1 year. So from 4 to 6 term, you will be concentrating on the classes for 4, 5, and then you by parallelly you will be doing your demo reel for 6 months. So first 6 months is for giving you a clear idea in which direction you want to go, and the next 6 months will be the direction you choose. Will be traveling in the pathway which you chose in the term 3. So that is how the 1 year, the one complete year, is planned in almost all the private schools. It depends on public colleges as well. I'm not sure. It doesn't mean that not sure, but they will be having some other course plans. Probably they will also be teaching these kind of things to give a clear-cut idea what is what. So modeling is, okay, these are the stuffs involved in modeling, and these are the stuff involving animation, and these are the things involved in compositing, and these are things involved in effects. So
it's good to get an overall exposure.
Good to get the overall exposure, yes.
Yeah.
So that's how it works.
So, there are no specialized courses for compositing, especially for compositing.
There are. That is what I'm saying. It depends. I'm talking about only one school. If I know what I'm going to do, if suppose I know that I'm going to do compositing, I might have chosen some other school. I've heard that Lost Boys VFX, they have only 1, 2 or 3 courses, FX, compositing, and lighting. That's it. Only they have 3. So from the day 1 till day end, they teach only compositing, advanced techniques, everything.
Yeah.
Because you have decided what you want in upfront.
Yeah.
So I'm not aware of, when I was in India, I'm not that aware of these many schools are here in only the few schools where I got to know from Vancouver.
Over here there in India, right?
Yeah. So that is how it worked. It depends on school.
Now many students as well as many professionals want to come here for education as well as for work. So I don't want to cover details about work permit here, but I would like to know more about the educational visa procedures.
Okay.
So
I have seen a lot of people, they have asked me once they have completed their school, and few people, they do their undergraduate program, and they want to move over here and study here. If you would ask me, I would say better have some kind of work experience in India, at least something related to your field. If you want to do VFX animation and gaming and all, I would say it's better to have kind of work experience in graphic design, motion graphics, UI and UX, something related to arts, so that when you apply for work visa, they consider this work experience, and you can get work visa over here easily, because the work visa is kind of points based, and if you have at least 5 years of work experience in India or any other country, let me say, so that you can easily get work the points necessary for your work permit, and even for the points for PR as well.
Oh.
So usually the work permit is like if you have 2 years of study here, you will get work permit for 3 years.
Oh.
And mostly they don't extend that work permit. It's only for 3 years. But now, due to this pandemic, they are extending it for 1 year. So in order to get long-time work here, you need to get PR. And for that, I would suggest you need to at least have 5 years of work experience in India.
But this is based upon specific provinces or overall Canada?
Like except for Quebec, like except for Montreal, this is kind of common in all other provinces. And but Montreal has entirely different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ram?
Yeah, as Rishi said, that is totally true. So if you want to have a direct work here without studying, that is the only possible way. You need to have quite experience. Either you can, it's in your situation, you had experience, your company sponsored you, you came here. That is one way. The other way is you can apply for a PR in 1 or 1.5 years. You might get a PR and you directly come here and settle down and work in a company. So those are the only two ways to come and work in Canada. Either a company has to sponsor or you have to come in a PR. The third option is coming as a student. So coming as a student, learning in the required field or whatever field you want, if you want to pursue MBA or whatever it is. But still, if you want to work in your own field, that's totally fine. You get a 3 years of work permit, or it depends on your course length duration. If you do 1 year course and you're going to get 1 year, if you do like 8 months, like above 8 months, you'll get 1 year work permit. 8 plus months minimum. The course line is 8 months, so you'll get 1 year work permit. So that is the third option. That too in a work permit reputed, like the college has to be approved for the work permit. Like there are many institute, not some, many institute. They don't have work permit, but they are like amazing. They teach really well. But the thing is, they don't have work permit authority. Like they can't guarantee you for the work permit after your graduation, like post graduation. So choose your college wisely. Many people, including myself, so came here, and that was a quite struggle to after the post graduations. So to get you have to leave the Canada after studies, or if you still want to stay in Canada, you either have to company has to sponsor money, or if company is not sponsoring, I have to extend my studies in another reputed school which gives me a post graduation work permit. Cool. So before applying for a visa or approaching a school, check the CIC website, or if someone asks you, whoever stays in Canada, send the CIC link, so that they can see which schools are eligible for post-graduation work permit.
So my next question is regarding to this only. Let's suppose we finish the education, and next step automatically we will have to get on board into a job. So what's the assistance provided by the institution for jobs, or is it easy to find a job after the studies? Also, can you tell me how the visa procedures, like after studies, we have to do this by ourselves, or the institute will help us to do that?
To be honest, you have to do it by yourself. Everything, like to and fro, pros and cons, everything you have to face it by yourself. You have to do it by yourself, because you don't have to struggle that you don't know anything. If you go to CIC website, it's listed there. What are the checklists you need? What are the things you want for the if all your documents and your school is eligible, that's it. You get a work permit in 90 days if you apply online. The one good thing is, after graduation, you'll get a graduation certificate, right? In the same day, if you apply for a work permit, you can start the work from the next day. Even your implied status, the date when you applied for work permit is also considered as you can work full time. So that is the main advantage here. You can work 90 days without work permit. Even the company asks you, you can show the acknowledgement letter. And I can't guarantee that all company will be accepting that acknowledgement letter too. So it depends. Like if the company needs you, if they need your skill set, yes, they do accept, like, because that is, you can legally work in Canada. So that is how the work permit works.
Yeah. Also, my question is, like, is it easy to find a job after the studies?
It depends, completely depends on your skill set. If you are really good, and if you have like without referral in our industry, without referral, nothing, like, you don't know about me and I don't know about, like, if we are three in here, so we don't know each other unless you tell about Rishikhant to me, or I tell about you to Rishikhant. So the words which someone gives about you, so that is the main thing. So try to connect as much people as possible when you're doing school, like, get lots of reviews. And if, even though if you don't get any work job or something, don't get demotivated. That's fine, it happens. This is also a phase of life. Just keep going, whatever in the way you are, you're doing good. So that's the only challenge you have to face. Initially everything is struggle, nothing is comes easily, so just don't give up. That's the only thing I can say.
So Rishi?
Yeah, since I studied in public and public supported schools, so there the college itself helps us for work permit. So like if you approach the college administrative office, or they have even international students care office. So if you go over there and ask how to apply for work permit, they help you. They show the guidelines, and they advise you what all documents you need. Everything, they give help to us. And secondly, as Ram said, you need to be aware of the colleges in DLI. They call it DLI over here. It means that Designated Learning Institute. Only if you study in those colleges, you will get 3 years of work permit, or else you won't. Not all colleges that have VFX, gaming, or animation, they don't have DLI status. So you must verify. And also, like in CIC, Canadian government's website, the list is not updated frequently. So you need to be aware, like, is the list of colleges, is it up to date? Because like recently I know, like, there is a college which had this DLI status previously. The government, they removed it for a while, for 1 year, and they didn't have DLI, so that the students who passed out for that particular year, they could not get jobs. So this kind of things happen. So you need to be really very careful while choosing the colleges in DLI. And for that, I would recommend going to any consultancies in your cities. Like there are a lot of consultancies throughout all the major cities in India. So they can guide you, like, call the DLI colleges.
Cool. So I'm just curious to know more about the course or study which you people have done. So what's the structure of course overall which you finished, and can you share more about the softwares you learned, and also any other informations regarding the course?
Sure.
Okay, as I said earlier, I even said the name of the softwares. So as Ram said, usually in the first semester, at the beginning of the course, you get to know about all the things. So no matter, like, if you want to be a compositor, if you want to be an FX artist, you must learn all the softwares.
That's nice.
And yeah, that's how it happens. Okay, at first I studied at Hamba. In the first semester, I studied ZBrush, Nuke, 3ds Max, Maya, and then Substance Designer. Sorry, Substance Painter.
Yeah.
And in the second semester, I studied Nuke, Houdini, and this 3D Equalizer.
Yeah, you told.
Yeah, and other classes are, it's geared toward preparing your demorial.
Yeah, and all are industry relevant softwares also.
Yeah. And also the teachers who teach the softwares, they are actual professionals who work in the industry.
That's the best thing here, right?
Yeah, that's the best thing over here. And in Seneca, it's kind of more detailed. Like in Seneca, I studied Houdini and Nuke and 3D Equalizer. What else? Maya and for texturing, I studied Mari and Substance, both the softwares.
Mm.
So like for me, it was kind of bit confusing at times, because like I want to be a compositor, I need to focus more time on you, but why I'm learning like all the other softwares and all.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you if you can get to know about certain other softwares, it might be helpful.
Of course.
Like
Yeah.
certain skills are kind of transferable between softwares.
Yeah.
So if you're like basic 3D, if you know how to texture well,
Mm.
in comp, if the materials and textures are really good, then you don't need to have work a lot in your compositing for color grading and all. You can do all that in your lighting softwares and all. And also, like I forgot to tell, I studied lighting as well in Seneca,
Mm.
and we use Redshift for rendering.
Redshift. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And apart from compositing, lighting is my favorite thing, and
Yeah.
I learned a lot of lighting techniques when it comes to compositing, especially in Nuke. Like if you learn lighting, it will help you a lot in compositing.
Yeah. Everyone tells this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I wasn't aware of that. Only after going through this lighting classes, I got to know.
Yeah.
Like if you give more importance towards lighting, it will help you a lot in Nuke.
Mm. Cool. So what about you, Ram?
So as Rishikant mentioned, every college has their own way of teaching. Like his school was having 3D equalizer, but wherever we didn't have that match moving department. Like we have to learn by ourselves.
Mm.
So I learned PF track initially, and now I'm using 3D equalizer like as a side. In school, when I was there, I was using PF track to track something, object tracking to the object
Yeah.
tracking. So yeah, they assigned a separate industrial mentor from term 4 to term 6, apart from your professors or teachers who's teaching in the morning. You have separate TA teaching assistants. They stay till evening, or if they're too friendly like us. They are like who have like least industry experience, but they still teach you like if in the absence of your teachers who is not there in the class, they roam around the class and like yeah, that is how it works. And they assign you industry mentors who come twice a week, who is really working in the industry,
Oh,
like
nice.
a senior compositor, or like if you are a compositing student, you will have a compositor. If you are a texture artist, you will have a texturing TD from some other big studios. Or if you're a modeler, if your field is modeling, you'll have a modeling mentor every twice a week.
Oh, nice.
So it depends. Yeah. So one mentor will be assisting your. They will be sitting with you, and they will be like going through all your demo reel stuffs. And if you have any other doubts, you can ask them. So that was like really helpful, and that I never experienced in my life.
Yeah.
Like after classes, this happens after class. Like if your class is done by 6 p.m., they come by 7 p.m., 7 to 10. That is how their time is. You know how industry works in the whole world, right? So
Yeah.
you can't come out of the time. So like after 6 p.m., after their work, they come here and teach for 3 hours. So that was like the most helpful after my teachers taught me whatever in the class, and like you get to know how industry approaches this kind of shots, whatever you do in demo reel. So you learn, like you just follow the tutorial or the way your teacher teaches. When the industry mentor comes in, when they teach you some other technique which you never heard of in your class, so that is like additional point.
Yeah.
So industry mentoring was so helpful while learning some new stuffs. Like you can explore a lot.
Yeah.
You can question them anything. You can question like not anything in the sense not personal questions. I mean like in the demo reel or whatever you're working on.
Yeah.
If you want to achieve something specific, they are the best. That is the best time. That 1 hour or 2 hour, 3 hours is the best time for you to explore more during while you learn something new.
Yeah.
So sit and learn. That's the only thing.
Also, like, can you share something, some knowledge about demo reel? Like, how important is that for a job and all these things?
Yes, demo reel is like completely important in your reel. You can do like green screen everything, but try to like that. The advice which I got, I'm just sharing the advice which I got. It depends on each and every perspective. Try to cut the music. Nobody is gonna judge you based on the music. Even though it's mute, that is totally fine. And just post your best works. You might have done like hundreds of shots, but you feel which is best. Okay, this might give a good impression on me. You can judge yourself, or you can ask someone. Like you can share with your friends which among 100 shots, which 10 is looking good, which comes under 1 or 1.5 minutes. Try not to have more than 1.5 minutes, and you don't have to put everything here. And if you worked in a movie or something like that, mention what you worked in the below text. Though the text should not be exceeding, like just give it in font 12 or something, easy to read. What in that shot, what you did, comp or lighting or whatever you done in that specific shot. So mention that, and then try avoiding sound, as I said earlier. Like just mute this lighting, and then give a small intro about you, your like title card, your whatever your name, so and so name, phone number, and your email ID. That 3 information is more than enough. Or if you have a website, your website name. Just 4 informations, not more than that. 4 information. It would be great. The first 7 second or 6 or 7 second of your shot should be the best of your works.
Yeah.
So like as a recruiter might not look the whole 1 minute, so nobody has a time. So they might have watched that movie thousands of times. So they don't want to watch it in your reel again without sound. So they just watched 7 to maximum 10 seconds. As I know, they watch your reel in maximum is 10 seconds. So try to have that, try to catch someone's eye within that 10 seconds. So 1 minute came to 10 seconds. That's it. Yeah. That is how the demo reel process works here, because as a HR, they might get like thousands of applications every day. So they can't sit and watch each and everything. So they might separate you based on experience and based on your skill set. So yes, so that is how it works all over the world. I mean, it's not only in Canada, all over the world, the demo reel works like this.
In the industry, yeah.
Yes.
So what about you, Rishi?
Yeah, like he said, even after classes, professors like they sit with us, and we'll be discussing about our reels. Like we used to have dedicated time for reel.
Oh, yeah.
And all the professors, each professor, they sit along with us, and they like ask how it's going on, and we used to discuss what our questions and doubts we have in our reel, and they used to advise us, guide us how to do, how not to do. And it was like during that time, one of the professors, he got impressed with my reel, and he said like, we are hiring in our company, why don't you apply for the interview?
Nice.
So that's how I got job at Pixel.
So
even like along with me, like few of my friends, they too got job at Pixel.
Yeah. So I just want to know, like, is it mandatory after the course to finish a reel?
Yeah, it does, because like there were cases, like a few years back, one of the students, she got a job, and it was kind of internship. Like after 3 months of internship, the studio said, sorry, we can't hire you, and she didn't have her reel. So she waited for another few months to create her reel. So it's better always to have your reel. Okay, and another thing, a good thing about here is like labs are open for 24 hours. The college labs are always open. Like I used to stay like almost 10 to 12 hours, even more than that. And few of my friends, they even used to sleep over there in labs. Yeah. Like they take 2 or 3 hours break, because like the time period is so crunched. Like you need to create a reel within 4 months, and it's really not easy. Yeah, that's the thing.
So I know you have experience of working in Canada. So can you share something about that? Like whether whatever it is, like whether it's positive or negative?
Like, okay. It's just 3 weeks, but what I observed was like the work culture is not toxic as it in India. Like here, the government has strict labor laws, and if your work exceeds more than 8 hours, or say like 40 or 44 hours a week, you will get additional 1.2 times the pay. And if you're working on holidays, and the pay is like 1.5 times more. So the government makes sure that you have a work-life balance. so that you don't get tired while work, or you don't need to focus on your work while you are at home.
Yeah.
And also your co-workers, your managers, your supervisors, they are all very supportive. They don't like blame you or fight with you as it happens in India, because we all kind of know like what happens in our. I'm not saying it's bad, but the problem is here people are so open. They're open to criticisms as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so at the end of the day, you grow as an artist, and also make sure the company does things better. So that kind of attitude is there. It's not only in VFX industry, it's throughout in Canada. That's
Yeah.
the one major positive thing I observed here. Uh, Apart from that, if you ask me of any negative things, I don't see. I personally didn't see any negative things, because like I worked only for 3 months. So let me see. Like if I have anything, then I'll update you.
Yeah. Sure. Ram.
So yeah, positive things is like the thing. Main thing is you love working in industry. So everyone is positive around. Like they help you much if you are stuck or struggling in something. They don't like even your senior supervisor will be like coming down to you to your place and like helping.
Yeah.
They don't even like care who you are. They if you call a random person like, can you help me? I'm stuck here. They just come and sit in your place, and then they like kind of helps you. That is what the main thing here. I don't know about in like working in India, because I was a graphic designer in India. I don't have industry experience in India, so I'm like totally unaware like what is the culture there. Like here, I started working here as a VFX artist, like compositor here, so I don't have experience like Rishi or you how it works in India.
Yeah.
So yeah, here it is like really good, and they teach you like if you are stuck in something, they do like they assign the shot to someone. If you are like keep on stuck in that something, if you can't achieve the one which they wanted, they might switch the shot to someone like who is really good at it, or like who can like solve that issue like really quick. So and then they assign you some other shot which you are able to do in that position. Like if you are a junior compositor, by mistake they might have posted something which is like can be solved by a senior or a mid compositor. And if you have been like stuck in some way, some other ways, like they come and tell you what are those and like how to do approach this shot. If you are still stuck, but they do understand your like what you are, and then they switch the shot to someone, and they switch another easy shot which you can do, which you are capable of doing in that stage. Now that is how the culture works here. All over the I believe it works all over the world in the same way. So there is no toxication. It depends on you what you take in your mind. Like the negativity is what you take in your mind. You can't blame someone for your own thing. So they assigned you a shot. If you are doing, it's positive. If you're not doing, it's negative. That's it. So yes, that is what the positive, negative I could say. I can't blame someone for a negativity on for me. So if someone assigns a tough shot, yeah, like that is what the shot they have.
Yeah.
From your point of view, it might be tough. From the one who assigned, it is one of the easiest. Like okay, he can do this, he can do that. So it's nothing is negative. It depends on what you take in your mind is negative. So be positive. If you can't do it, just ask help. Just get a help from your friends or whoever your colleague is, whoever you're comfortable with. They will for sure like help you in any other ways they can. So that's how
it all depends
on
on
it. Yes, I can't say it's negative. It's your mind how it works.
Yeah, it all depends upon the openness to criticism.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I know there are many different job roles in the industry, and everyone has their own passion and strengths. So I'm just curious to know, which are the job roles which have a lot of job opportunities in Canada, especially in Canada. I know there are very few opportunities for auto paint here, but I just want to know, from you guys.
Okay, so can I start, Rishi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so most of the Canadian jobs, like they outsource for, like as you said, Manoj, they outsource to some other countries like India, and I worked in a small, like in when I was in school, I was switch like I worked as an intern in a small company for Van Helsing season 3, which is a Netflix show. Phantom FX from Chennai and Bot VFX was working for that show for Rotoprep. Even though I worked there I was the only one Rotoprep artist there.
Oh.
So I was the only one. I was doing that crowd shot, like I have to roto like 10, 15 people or other the crowd shot, the people from there. The rest thing was coming from Bot and Phantom FX from Chennai.
Yeah.
So yes, there are less opportunity for beginners. Of course, that is so true. As a junior compositor, you need to have like you have to struggle. I can't say you cannot struggle and like do anything and come here and it's easy. You have to struggle to get the first job. It's not that easy.
Yeah.
And then once you get an experience, then you keep going with keep developing your skills. And
like I just want to know, like, is there any job roles which have a lot
job roles? Main thing is compositing here. If you are compositor, if you are working in like live action movies, compositing, yes, and effects artist, that is the most wanted roles in here. If you are preferring animation thing, lighting and animation is the best as my point of view. I'm not judging about anyone's point. Like what I see, I'm just telling you what I've seen. So it may be true or may not be true. So from my point of view, compositing, effects, and lighting and comp for animation field.
And also it may be depending upon
match
also, right?
Match move as well. Match move, layout artist.
And
layouts,
like it will be depend upon the provinces also, right?
Provinces, yes. So as you see, like for instance, Method Studios, you have a branch in Vancouver and in Montreal as well as in India. So the studio decides what work has to be done by each province. It depends on how many resources available in that province. And then they choose, okay, this can be done by Vancouver, this can be done by Montreal, and this can be. So it totally depends on the province and the company which decides. They, soon after, they might decide, okay, we can have like 100 people for Rotoprep in Montreal. It depends on the project as well. Like it depends on the budget of the project. So they want to transfer to India, yes, they might. And if they want to have the project completely in Canada, yes, they might. So it's all the management.
So Rishi,
if you would ask me, like I would say, as of now, the hottest thing is Unreal. Like wherever I see any kind of job postings in the past 3 months, I'm seeing Unreal everywhere. Mainly because of this COVID situation, and a lot of studios, they are pushing towards virtual production. And secondly, as Ram said, FX, they are like very little FX artists right now. And since the volume of work is getting increased day by day, so always all the studios, they are looking for FX artists. And third thing is compositors, because you need at the end of the day, you need compos to integrate everything and to render it out. So compositors are always in demand. And apart from that, I would say texturers and lighting and also environment artists. But mainly right now, a lot of environment artists are getting hired because to create assets and for virtual production. So you can look for that. And also, as Ram said, it differs from each province. Where in Montreal, it's almost junior works. So only right now, studios are currently hiring only juniors mostly. But in Toronto, it's kind of mixed, both seniors and juniors. So work depends upon the province.
It depends upon the needs.
And also you need to make sure that if you study in one particular province and if you're moving for another province, you need to make sure the local labor laws that are specified to a particular province. Like if you get a visa, like let me say, if I get a visa from when I stayed in Toronto from the Ontario government, and if I want to move to Montreal for work, my the when I apply PR, there's going to be certain issues with that.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure everything works smooth while moving from one province to another.
Okay, so thanks for all this info, and it will be really helpful for viewers, whoever watches this podcast. So something personal to ask you both, like what's your ambition or dream in your career? Ram?
First thing is I want to live happily. That is the main ambition, without disturbing others,
I
like
can
others'
see
point of
all
view.
those.
Yeah, that is the main ambition. I want to develop myself without telling. So, like, if I do a mistake, I have to blame it by myself and keep moving. I should not. That is the main goal and ambition. And the next thing is, whatever I do, do with a full heart. So, in whatever field you are, for me, it's compositing. Okay, do with the heart and mind, heart and soul. So, likewise, so do with the full heart and soul. The ambition automatically follows you. So that is how what I'm doing. I'm going to do as well. So let's see where I reach. So there's no point in reaching somewhere. So it, like, the path is not an end. Every day there's new technologies. So it depends on how I update myself and keep moving with the same flow where all the things go. So that is my ambition, to reach the maximum point where I am now. Like, I should not if I do a mistake, I should not do the same thing again and again. So yeah, that is the main goal, to improve myself each and every day. So that is the shortest ambition for now.
Cool. Rishi?
Yeah, like Ram said, as of now, I just want to be a compositor. Because, like, a lot of us, due to this COVID thing, what happened is, like, we may have a lot of plans, but everything got spoiled.
Yeah.
So it's better to go with the flow instead of, like, coming to, and also in terms of VFX industry, you can't judge anything. And here and then new softwares are coming, you need to update yourself. So it's better, I would say, go with the flow. And also, people, they talk about ambition and passions and all. What I would recommend is that instead of, like, saying I want to be a compositor because I'm passionate towards compositing. I would say get the skills for compositing, like learn photography, learn art, like how do you see things, learn lighting for compositing. So it's about developing yourself. So eventually, at the end of the day, you will be a better artist once, if you get to know what you want to do.
Yeah.
So that's how things goes. So instead of having a ambition, it's better to go with the flow, what your heart says.
Yeah. So one question to Ram is, like, what is Extreme VFX? I can see Extreme VFX.
Oh, that is my own registered company here. So if I'm doing something like freelance or something, I do with this name. So I have a YouTube channel as well. I haven't posted much content. I've been posting the drone shots.
Yeah.
Because drone is also part of my VFX thing. So, like, if you want, someone can hire a drone. Like, you need a license. Like in Canada, you need some license.
Okay.
So I'm doing like graphic designs, VFX, and editing if I need it, and then drone for now.
Yeah, I saw a lot of footages in Facebook, I guess.
Yeah,
and it's really impressive.
Yeah, like I don't post for like 3 or 4 minutes, just 30 seconds, 40 seconds. That's it. I take it for 1 hour, and then like I'll choose best 50 seconds, and then I cut it to 30 seconds.
Yeah,
that's it. Nobody's interested in watching the same thing again. Like, drone is gonna fly the same thing you've seen in the first shot.
Yeah.
So the 1 second you've seen everything. So you're not gonna like, nobody's going, like, for me, like, I don't go like, okay, you've seen that shot, it's gonna be flying away. That's it. As long as you're teaching something. So I'm just showing like a small travel video. So for now, I'm posting that. I'm planning to expand my VFX thing, because I'm collaborating with, like, I'm planning to collaborate and create some wine videos or some series, like YouTube series with full VFX thing. So I have plans, but now it's like there are some issues, because I need to go further, like, because you know how it's not easy to do something because it takes time. You need to plan ahead and everything. So almost planned everything, but I need to like keep working on whatever I want to work. Soon I'll update. Like you can, if you want, you can subscribe for now. Maybe if you like to.
I will add all those link in the.
Thank you.
So anyone who wants to do collaboration with Ram, so
yeah, of course, I'm ready to collaborate with anyone.
Yeah, and also
possibly I will collaborate. I guess.
Thank you.
And the positive thing is like individual creators are having a lot of market now. And
yes.
Yeah,
and moreover, Nuke has a version like individual freelance version.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's $500 per year.
Yeah.
So it's more way easy to create something. If you are not okay with the Nuke, you can choose Adobe as well. It's like barely available. It's easy. So either you can choose Adobe After Effects.
Options are also there for education kind of.
Yeah, you can go with Adobe After Effects or Nuke if you want to pursue your ambition like individually. So everything is fine. Just keep consistent in what you do. That's it.
Yeah. So finally, few tips to like there are a lot of enquiries getting like how to choose institutes and all those things. So finally, few tips for aspiring artists or people who wants to come and study here.
Okay. Yeah. So Rishi, you want to go or?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, make sure that the institute is DLI. That is from the government of Canada. It needs to have that approval. Second thing is look for the alumni. Like you can see people on LinkedIn, like all the artists who work in the studios who graduated from the school. You can contact them on LinkedIn and ask like what's the syllabus, how it goes, how the job prospectus does. So please do research and come here. So you don't look for false promises or fake advertisements and all. Please always do research. Please contact to the people who studied in those colleges through Facebook or through LinkedIn, and then you can come over here.
Yeah. Ram?
So yeah, as Rishi covered most of the points. Like as he said, all the glitters is not gold. Likewise, whatever is shining, it doesn't mean that it has to be gold. So that is what the thing I can say in general. So if you want me to go deep, I can do as well for now. So that's what there is a CIC website, Canadian CIC.ca. You can choose the colleges which is approved for post-graduation work permit. It's straightforward process, just one link. It has all the information you can learn. It doesn't take much of your time. It hardly takes 10 minutes. You can search for the schools which is approved, and moreover, some schools are approved for DLI and for work permit, but they might be you won't get a work permit for specific courses. So there are some situations as well. So look for that, or if you are not aware of those, you can ask one who stays in Canada or the one who is aware of these Canadian rules and regulations. Tell them to research. You can call, there are lots of people here. You can go to LinkedIn, Facebook. There are hundreds of groups in Facebook. Canadian students, Canadian Vancouver Indians, or whatever the groups over there. You can if you put your query there, you're gonna get if you want one solution, you might get thousands of solutions in your comment boxes. So never ever to come here, not only to Canada, any other country you go, even if it's Australia or if you are going out of your country, whoever you may be, if you are going from US to Australia, do the research of that country of how the studies works. Post in Facebook, that's how you get to know, okay, this is the situation here. So how I'm gonna adapt to that situation from the country I am coming from. So the small research, this hardly is gonna take one day. So that's it. Instead of spending in some other movie, just spend that 3 hours in asking some of your queries.
I think you guys will get a lot of response after this podcast.
Of course,
sure.
I'm ready to help anyone, but don't think that if I'm saying something which is hard truth, don't think that I'm opposing your point or something. I'm not telling you. I've got many inquiries about this. If I say the truth, the hard truth, no, you won't get work permit. What people from the other country think that is I'm stopping him to come here to Canada. No, I don't have any issues. You're coming here. I'm telling the truth. If you take it, that's good for you. If you're not taking it, that's still good for you. Still come to Canada, and you're gonna struggle, and don't blame me.
Yeah. So yeah. So finally, just want to hear some words about Madlookz VFX, because we spoke to each other through Madlookz VFX. And so, does Madlookz VFX help you in any ways? Also, what type of contents you wish to see more here?
So Rishi.
Yeah, I've been watching since 2017 or 18. All your tutorials, especially with Sillout and Sillout and Nuke integration, because like there are very few tutorials with Sillout.
Yeah,
extremely few. And when I started learning Sillout, and when I found that there are very few tutorials, the one thing I always saw was Madlook VFX, and that's how I started slowly learning Sillout.
Yeah.
And the second question is like what I would like to, address specific situation like kind of wire removal or kind of some complex shots, like like kind of interaction. Sometimes wire goes through phases and all.
Yeah.
In that situation, so what all tricks and techniques you use to remove those wires and all. In that you can do some kind of tricky complex shots, and what all techniques you use, like when you get those shots. You can do tutorials or videos in that instance.
Yep, I have kept that in mind and will work on that.
Okay.
So Ram?
So yeah, I've been following Madlookz since 2018. We have been contacted since 2018, right? Through like one of mutual friend, and I got into comment box one time. So yeah, so I've been following that. Whenever you post a video, like since I press the bell icon, so I get notified. So I watch it one time. If someone asked me, like, these are the, like, you post amazing content, as I said, like you post amazing content, which is like short, precise to the point, which is like really useful. Like you don't give much intros or like outros. Like, just straight to the point. Like that is what I need. Anyways, I'm gonna skip even if you give 10 minutes of intro. So you made that work easier. Where to find the skipping part? So you made that easier. That is how Madlook is like getting involved. So I love that, and you're still in the point. So please continue that. And the main thing is you are giving simple tricks. Not only in Silhouette or something, like even in Nuke, to match these two things. Like what is the other way to approach? So I've seen many simple trick videos, which you might have. Had your colleague might have asked different times, like for matching grains.
That's what I was telling.
So for example, matching grains would be like I do in a different way, like Rishi might do in a different way. You have shown like some couple of methods in your YouTube channel. So like if you keep asking, like someone keep asking the same question again, you just give your link to someone. So those simple tricks. So instead of avoiding those repeated questions again, so you made that video really clear within 5 to 7 minutes, and that is so good. Like keep continuing these simple tricks on side apart from your full like roto prep. And as Rishi mentioned, complex shot would be amazing, because not everyone can be coming to Canada. And like to learn, not only Canada, but to any other country. So somehow or other, I'm lucky to come here to Canada and learn. So not everyone has that opportunity to learn. So I think Madlookz can help the industry, give the industrial technique, not like other tutorials. Give a small industrial tech, like even if you spend 7 minutes, that should be the best thing they could learn. So like you are like grow like an educational video, but try not to repeat someone already you've taught, because I've seen many videos which are like many unique videos. So I just want to do the same thing. Just do the same thing. So it might be very useful for, and give some industry tips. If suppose take a shot from a movie which you work, because you have that authority, right? So something like that, and how it processes. First thing, what a supervisor does is like this ones they need a rotor for this one, and they so and so processes. so that it gives even more in depth of someone who is researching about what is VFX.
Yeah, got it.
So yeah, you are doing a great. So keep doing whatever you're doing.
Thank you so much for all these words, and thank you for spending time for this podcast.
No problem.
And I wish this podcast will be really informative for those who are looking for knowledge or information regarding education in Canada, at least. So thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care. All the best.
Thank you, Ram.